great champion in her own right, and won the under-21s here just on Friday. So under-21 national champion Denise Payet with Emily Bolton, who got to the semi-finals of the singles just now. So a strong pairing at this end. Let's see if the combination of number 8 seed Evie Collier and Tintin Ho will hold up and give Tintin yet another women's doubles title. But Evie, very experienced, 25-year-old, Nottinghamshire and Brentwood in Essex.
1-2.
Left-hander backhand serve, and enough side spin just to get Emily to push it off the side of the table.
And you can just see there when they're waiting to receive serve, you know, how Tintin and Evie, it looks a little bit more comfortable, whereas Emily and Denise, they have to be one behind the other, have to work a little bit harder to get out of each other's way.
Yep.
See, in doubles and table tennis, it's alternate shots, so the movement side and understanding what each other's going to do is really, really critical.
Yeah. So the right-hander serves, moves out to the left.
3-4.
And that creates a space, in theory, for both players to hit forehand if you're a left and right-handed combination. She's looking comfortable and confident. Looks like she belongs here. Oh, lovely topspin from Emily, but just off the side of the table.
Yeah, and I think Denise and Emily need to be mindful of when they attack how high that ball goes, because you've got Tintin with the short pimples on the red side of her bat. That ball sits a little bit high, very easy for her to counter-attack, so they need to be mindful of that. Evie, I think, will be trying to play with a lot of heavy spin, try and get the ball to sit up. And that'll put then Tintin in the driver's seat a lot of the time.
4-6.
Yeah, if Evie can get Emily to block a slow topspin, that'll give Tintin plenty of time to follow up with a forehand smash. Well, I think Emily and Denise, although they're both right-handers and therefore both having to get out of each other's recovery positions, they've made a big decision to stay very, very close to the table.
Yeah, and I think that's the right decision. They need to put the other pair under pressure. They know they're not a regular doubles pair in terms of Evie and Tintin. Whereas you've got Denise and Emily, who actually both play out of Urban Table Tennis Club. When Denise is back, she's been playing in Linz over the last 12 months. She's trying to sort of break into the senior ranks of the game. Emily down at the University of Bedfordshire at the moment. Originally from Askham in Furness in Cumbria.
Yeah, north end of Lancashire.
Absolutely, yeah. But now linking in with Urban Table Tennis Club. So Emily and Denise have a little bit more experience of playing with each other and knowing each other. We'll see if that works in their favour this time.
So a deep backspin from Evie down the line, encouraging the slow topspin for Tintin to follow up and hit. Tintin couldn't quite make that one. Looks a bit fed up with that one. She's back focused again.
Let 6-9.
But it's Denise Payet and Emily Bolton that have the lead in the first game, best of 5. And you can see there, Tintin managed to serve it so that the second bounce just was on the table. Denise dropped her bat, thought it was long enough to topspin, but it wasn't. It bounced a second time on the table. Point to Tintin directly from the serve.
Yeah, it was a really good length serve because that second bounce is right near that white line, and if you're not confident or you slightly misread it, it's very, very difficult to pick up. It's and understand if it's a little bit loose if you can attack it, so it was a real good serve by Tintin previously.
Tintin and Evie getting back into it. Backhand serve from Denise.
9-all.
Another missed topspin.
It was good receive there by Evie. She knows that Emily is going to predominantly look for a forehand topspin. She's played that nice and strong down line. Good push, good backspin on the ball.
So back to 9-all. This is important to take the first game, because the second game they'll play the opposite order of play, and that can change the game completely. So you don't want to let this one slip and then find that the second game is the bad order for you. Good serve from Evie there, almost onto the centre line, well constructed. And that's a good comeback from Tintin Ho and Evie Collier.
Yeah, it was. They had a bit of a shaky start there, but then I think they've settled into this final. It's Evie's first senior national final, so you know it's a big occasion for her. Tintin, obviously been here many times before, and it just felt Tintin was trying a little bit too hard. The ball was sitting up, and she just missed a few of those forehand counter hits that she'd normally make. So possibly trying to do a little bit too much, thinking she has to sort of be the leader in the pair. But actually then they settled down and they were both responsible for getting all those points back into it. So be interesting to see what happens in this second game. Emily and Denise.
Lots of pushing there, and then the rally open up. So all 4 players very good at taking a half long ball and then keeping it short.
Yeah, you
so
saw
the focus there.
Evie and Tintin trying to play a bit wider to the backhand because they know the 2 girls, in Denise and Emily, are looking for that forehand. So the 2 girls from walking back to the table now just need to think about that a little bit more, how they can find a way to get that forehand in and not get pinned wide on that backhand corner.
Yeah, it's good play deep into the backhand by Evie and Tintin. Got them out of trouble there in a way. So second game.
Second game.
So you see under the table, Tintin was giving a signal. That's the serve that she wants Evie to do. So traditionally, players would just play, and then you get hand signals there. You got the server providing a hand signal. Sometimes now you'll get the server's partner will influence what serve they want to see happen.
So serve and receive, just a critical part of the game, and having an idea what kind of spin may be coming back to you can help you understand what you maybe need to do in that next shot. So
3 love.
Been a real big development in the game over the last sort of 10-15 years in that respect, and like you say, now you're getting players actually saying about what type of receive they're going to look to do as well.
That's a lovely flip from Tintin, not for the first time. So 3-1. Gets Tintin off the mark. Again, the deep backhand backspin from Evie into the backhand corner. Very hard for the two girls at the other end to manage that backhand corner when they're both wanting to occupy the same position with their bodies. Good tactics from Tintin and Evie.
And what was really interesting is how low they were trying to keep the ball as well. So, you know, it's hard to sometimes pick on the camera, but 2 of those pushes actually clip the top of the net as well, because they know anything just that little bit loose,
like that,
be pounced on. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, agreement on what serve to do. Evie's there. Evie looks nice and focused. To be honest, Matt, I think Evie really looks confident, like she belongs there. Doesn't look overawed at all.
Absolutely, yeah. She looks like she's done more of a seasoned pro, really, which is good. Inside, she might be feeling it, but she's hiding it very well. Knows she needs to come across confident to her opponents.
And that time, Denise couldn't get across the backhand, leant across and played a backhand, lovely backhand loop down the line, given that she couldn't get her feet into position for it. Well done, Denise. Heavy side spin serve. Got the ball up for Emily. Emily just off the end.
Yeah, Tintin didn't quite read the spin there. Ball sat up nicely, but didn't come through, and Emily was just a fraction too far away.
Yeah. And even at this level, players can forget if the ball's a little bit high and a little bit short, you don't hit the ball forwards, you've got to hit it down. Because if the ball's over the net nearly, you're only 4.5 feet away from hitting it off the end of the table. They get used to hitting the ball about 10 feet. And then you've got to more than half that. You've got to make sure the ball comes down on the other side. Evie goes for the backspin. Encourages the spin up, and then Tintin following up with the forehand smash with the penhold style.
Yeah, starting off with a push there. It was a real good push into the crossover, as you call it, right into that sort of hip bone of Denise. Ball sat up, and Tintin, no problem to put that ball away.
Yeah, Denise and Emily got a lead again. Can they convert it this time? It's a lovely serve from Emily. You see the way that she got her wrist right underneath that ball and managed to put top spin as well as side spin on. Evie going off the end. That one, I think, is also top spin. Yeah, Evie's struggling to read that one. It's popping up.
Yeah, it's and it's interesting because in the women's game you don't often see this, what we call the reverse serve. It's a very popular serve for attackers because the spin brings it over to the forehand side, which is the more dominant attacking shot. So it's really good to see Emily using that, and there Evie really struggling with the receive.
7-10.
Denise going for the killer ball on the forehand flick. Didn't quite come off. That would have been the game, and 1 game all. Best of 5 this is, up to 11.
7-10.
So Denise claiming a let, and the umpires agreeing. Take it again. Backhand serve from Evie. Maybe a little bit too long. And in the end, the ball just kicked off the table with that forehand. A little bit of hook, a little bit of residual side spin off the edge of the bat of Tintin and Evie. And that's 1 game all. Everything to play for. Best of 5. Emily and Denise looking a little bit more happy and relaxed now.
Yeah, I think Evie was just trying a little bit too hard with that serve. Drifted long, was attacked easy. Now the girls sort of getting advice from Anthony Constantino from Urban Table Tennis Club. Has worked with Denise from a very young age. And then in the opposite corner there, Mr. Charles Ho, Tintin's dad. Been with her all the way through her journey, offering that advice.
Great to see them so committed, whether you're a family or just a coach within the club. It's pretty much a blood relationship. And Anthony working with a lot of these girls, Millie Rogove as well. And he's travelling all over Europe trying to support these girls. And one of the great urban table tennis club coaches in North London. Nice one from Emily there. Managed to get over the ball. So 1 game all. I feel that Denise and Emily are back in it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a good display, and you saw there. Just I think a little bit of nerves came in from Evie at the end. She tried a bit too hard the serve drift long. The girls could be in on the attack. Difficult for them Tintin to sort of keep in the rally. So the real key is going to be around the serve and receive. Do it with really good quality.
Just a moment.
A really important game now in this women's final.
Well, I think so, especially because Evie was having a little bit of trouble with the serve of Emily. But this time, of course, they changed order. Every time they change ends and games, they change the order. So now Evie's receiving from Denise. In the first game, Evie did a fantastic job of keeping these balls tight and giving Tintin a decent chance to get an attack in.
Evie there on the receive was trying to sort of push the ball out with more backspin as a guess to try and get the ball to sit up when they attack it.
Nice forehand pendulum serve. And the problem, of course, in doubles is you spin the serve and then your partner gets all the spin back. You're used to that in singles, but your partner has to get used to your serves and the way that the ball comes back, and it's not easy to pick that up.
Yeah, it's a different mindset when it comes to doubles because you're not playing for yourself, you're playing for your partner and trying to help them as well. So that adds a whole new dynamic to what you do.
5-love.
Yeah. Back in our club, we teach the players in the doubles. Your job is to set your partner up every shot.
Love 6.
This reverse serve from Emily Bolton has been really effective even against Tintin there.
Yeah, Tintin doesn't like it either, so
absolutely.
Well done to Emily for developing this serve. Nice flick from Evie. She's in again. Oh, 1 centimetre off the side.
What a start from Denise and Emily. 7-0 up in this third game.
Eight love.
Yeah, lovely backspin from Denise. Fast push wide of the forehand. 8 love. Big backhand coming from Tintin and followed up beautifully by Evie. So that gets them off the mark. They clearly haven't given up this game yet.
Yeah, and I think that the need to make sure that they battle back, whether they win this game or not, they need to show that they're intent. It's the first of 3 games, so even if this one goes away, there's still work to be done.
Lucky one from Denise. That's not going to help the cause for Tintin and Evie. Struggling away and then get a lucky, pretty much a dead net cord. Lovely short return from Emily. Both players having to control the side spin and the returns of side spin that are coming back. Ball curving around a great deal in this match.
11-1.
Shake of the head from Tintin. So Denise and Emily go 2-1 up.
And I thought that Denise and Emily looked really dominant there. Nothing too complicated, but very good serve and receive, following that first ball up with the top spin, putting the pressure on Evie and Tintin. And I think you saw there at the end, just starting to, Evie and Tintin just snatching at a couple of balls there at the end because they're struggling to find a way to keep these girls out.
Yeah, they are. It's difficult. So we'll see how Emily's serve goes. That'll be a very interesting one to watch for. A few lucky net chords and see what's happening around the serve and return there. Tintin just missing a couple. That was better from Tintin, wasn't it? And just off the side from Evie. So those small margins are going to make all the difference. And that looked like an easy game for Denise Payet and Emily Bolton. They go 2-1 up, 1 game away from national title, women's doubles English National Championships 2020, sponsored by Bates Ltd. And it'll be very interesting to see what happens now, because in this order, Evie was having a bit of trouble with Emily's serve. The game can change dramatically, and they've decided that it's going to be Tintin's serve, not Evie to start with. So Tintin will serve, and Emily will be next to serve after her too.
4th game, Haute serve, love all.
But we will see a new name on the championship on the cup this year, because if Tintin wins, she's won it 4 times before, and with Maria Sepsinos, if she can win it with Evie, it will give her a 5th victory and give Evie a national title. On the other end, neither Emily nor Denise have won this competition before in the women's doubles. So great to see some new names coming through. But we know that Maria, injured, will be coming back herself as well to fight them in the future.
3-1.
I think this game as well is a real good test of mentality for both pairs in different ways. How Evie and Tintin can bounce back after that last game, after it lost it very comfortably. But then also for Denise and Emily, just not to take their eye off what they're doing right now, not to be thinking about that title. It's not there yet. They've got to stay focused on what they need to do.
Yeah, and that was the best forehand of the day I've seen from Tintin. The ball was low, but she attacked it beautifully. That one was higher and missed, so unable to get completely away. But now 2-4. Yeah, if that one had gone on, then I think Denise and Emily might have been looking at a 5th game.
Let 2-4.
Denise serving to Tintin. Again, Denise going for the long, heavy backspin. It worked last game when she was using the backhand. That time she tried it with the forehand and just off the end of the table. Tintin settled, ready for anything. Keeps it short. Backspin from Evie. Didn't go long enough, Matt, that one.
No, but it was a well-taken backhand from Denise. She had to get over from the forehand side, execute it really well.
Yep, almost had to push Emily out of the way. This is mine, let me take care of it.
5-4.
Just see the level of communication between the players that's required to put in a good doubles performance. Both ends, they're really working with each other. Okay, so will Emily come out with the side and topspin serve again? And if she does, yeah.
6-5.
So Evie knew that time that she needed to topspin it and not backspin it, but still just a bit off the end. She's still acclimatising to it. Well done, Evie, on the return of serve. And they take the point.
6-all.
And they're back at 6-all. So brave work there.
Yeah, and she needs to. She knows she needs to do that. You know, if they're going to have any chance, and you saw there when she got the flick in, that'll let them put the pressure on the other pair. Ball sat up nicely for Tintin. And then they can be in the driving seat in the point.
6-7.
It's a nice shot. Oh, Evie.
8-6.
Oh dear, just off the end. Could have done with that one. It could have put them close to the match. Looks a little bit more likely now that we'll go to a 5th game.
Then you saw there Tintin's reaction first, just to give some, try and reassure her partner.
8-7.
Indeed. Unlucky teammate, on with the next one, and lovely flick for Tintin. And again, very, very clever. Slow block down the line into the backhand, tying up Denise and Emily in the backhand corner, forcing them into each other's way, making them dance around each other. 8-all. That's a great ball from Evie out of the crossover. Had to use her backhand. Delivered it well, set Tintin up, and now it's 9-8.
Yeah, it was good attacking play. It's just getting Denise and Emily to be pushed back from the table slightly. That's causing them a few problems. You have to work a lot harder. The further back you go, you've got more ground to cover. If the ball starts going then a little bit shorter, a little bit softer, it's harder to deal with. So, good tactical change from Evie and Tintin.
So, are we going to see new names on the trophy?
10-9.
Well, we're just about to find out. Match point. Denise and Emily. Denise already the under-21 champion this year. Just
10-all.
off the end. And Evie and Tintin immediately high fives. We're back in it.
Good confident backhand from Evie against the serve that she's had some issues with.
Good serve from Evie, getting her revenge there, winning the point directly from the serve. And now it looks like it might go back to 2-all. Denise serving. The serves always have to go from the right-hand court to the right-hand court in doubles. And that was a clear shot for Denise. All she had to do was execute it well and get a bit of angle down the line, and she made it. Terrific shot from Denise, very, very clever.
Yeah, very easy when it's that winning ball to put away that you try and do too much, but there just kept it simple, placed it well.
12-11.
12-11. And now it's Emily with her special serves. Can she win the point directly from it?
Evie's looked a bit more confident on the receive the last few, but can she do it here under the pressure?
And she does it again, and it works. So there we have it, 3 games to 1. Big smiles for Denise and Emily. They're thrilled. Hugs all round. And we have a new name on the cup. In fact, 2 new names on the cup, Denise Payet and Emily Bolton. Commiserations to Evie Collier and Tintin Ho. Tintin unable to get her name on the Women's Doubles Cup for a 5th time, but she'll be back again. And great celebrations. Charles Ho, big smiles from him. He can relax for a moment now, Matt.
And it's big smiles from Emily and Denise as well. And so, you know, they should be happy. National champions for the first time in doubles. Another title for Denise to add to her under-21s as well. Brilliant performance by the 2 girls.
Yeah. And in the end, it was the new serve of Emily Bolton that did it in the end.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too much to deal with. Evie was getting a bit more confident with it, but it was a bit too little too late, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought she'd cracked it. Evie was very brave, dealt with it, but you see the ball's just popping up, and Denise is a little bit too strong.